Hi, this is JP Morgan. We're out here in the wilds of Los Angeles where we've discovered a new species of animal. It's called an upside-down ballhead, or the Platyball. Interesting animal that is completely upside down compared to the traditional ballhead animal you might have seen next to your mountains or in your city. But this new upside-down ballhead is coming soon. It's migrating, it's multiplying, it's going to be everywhere very soon. The upside-down ballhead by Platypod, called the Platyball. The folks over at Platypod just announced a new Kickstarter campaign for a Platyball. It's a ball head, but a very unique ball head. Let's take a look at it because I think there's things about this that make it very innovative, easy to use, and something you might want to consider. First off, let's talk about ball heads. What are the pros and cons of a ball head? The pros have always been that they're quick and easy to use. It's just one hand, allows you to move the entire camera, lock it down. The con, though, has always been that they're not very accurate. As you tighten this on some of them, they kind of shift a little bit. It's just not super accurate a lot of times. Doesn't carry a lot of weight. Doesn't allow you to give a lot of pressure. You gotta really crank this down. So there are some disadvantages to a ball head versus a pan and tilt head are obviously better. I think now this new Kickstarter campaign from Platypod called the Platyball, they've moved past the pan and tilt head, past the ball head, to an upside down ball head, which alleviates some of the problems that you had with a ball head, in that you can loosen this with a trigger mechanism here with your finger, and you tighten it with the top finger. It's also much more accurate. As you tighten this, it tightens it down exactly where you're at. It doesn't move, it doesn't shift, it's just very, very tight exactly in the place where you set it. The reason this click is such a great advantage is, one, you can do it with a single hand, so you just move it, tighten it. Just so easy. Otherwise, you're having to grab the camera here and this to move it and tighten it and then get your hands back on the controls. I can keep my controls right here. I can run with this hand and tighten and shoot. When I was shooting trains back here with a long lens, you got that long lens on there, it'll take up to 22 pounds. Just made it very quick to be able to loosen it, tighten it. You don't want to loosen it too far, just enough so that it starts to give you a slack, and you'll feel it after a while. You'll be able to feel where you can get that tension point and you can loosen it. And then just a couple of clicks is going to tighten it right into place and you're ready to shoot. The Platyball is Arcaswiss on the top. It comes with a disc, Arcaswiss. You can drop this on there, and by simply turning this, it locks it into place. That's how you load your camera. You simply unlock, off, drop it in, and lock. So the advantage, though, the main advantage of this, the one that I think is absolutely astounding, and that is that once you level this, once your ball head is level and you lock it in place, now up here you can unlock the pan, and this pan mechanism on the top is going to always be level. If on this ball head, if I hit a point where it's level, because my tripod is a little off on an angle or something, once I level it and once I release it, this thing is going uphill, downhill, all over the place because it's not leveled at the tripod, it's leveled at the camera. So with this one, I've got the camera on here, I just simply release my pan, and this is always going to be level. This makes it perfect for doing panoramics if you want to be able to stitch them together, because you level it here and now your camera is always going to be level. And also is extremely nice if you're shooting time lapse at night, you want to get your camera level, you can't really see the horizon very easily. This gives you the ability to electronically, especially with the Elite, gives you electronic level to be able to level it, and then you can go ahead and shoot away. You know you're leveled. This makes this perfect for very light video if you want to do a little panning shot, because it is a fluid head in that pan, which gives you a nice, beautiful pan shot. And you've leveled it below the camera here, so it makes it so that that's going to always be level. So that, I think, is a major advantage between these two. The one-handed use, being able to release and lock, release and lock, and the ability to level it below the camera so that the camera is always level, to be able to do panning shots, to be able to stitching images together. It just makes this so much easier to use. Let's talk about the pricing. For the Kickstarter campaign, the Ergo is $199, the Elite is $249, or you can buy the two of them together for $399. After the Kickstarter campaign, the Ergo goes to $249 and the Elite goes to $325. Who's going to use this? Well, the reason we're out here in the mountains outside of Los Angeles is because I think landscape photography is a natural. It just makes it very easy to give you a level horizon, quickly find it, level it, you can work off from that without any problem. Got a reference point that gives you a level horizon every time. If it's nighttime and it's going to get bright and you can't really see the horizon very well, you can level it, find your horizon, and as the sun comes up, whether you're doing a time lapse or you're taking images, your camera's already level as that sun comes up. Also, it just makes it really fast. If you're moving around with your camera with a longer lens on, it makes it easy to work out in this landscape kind of environment. It's quick, easy to use with one hand. I think architectural photography is a natural for a couple of reasons. If you switch this around, you've got this electronic level on the back. Now, move it to the front, so the lens is pointing towards you, towards the electronic level. Now, you can shove this into the corner of a room, and you can get this up there very tight in the corner, and that gives you the maximum amount of space away from your subject matter to give you a nice room shot. That's always a problem because you've got to get your camera up against the wall and you've got to get your head behind it to be able to see what's going on. For me, when will I use it the most? I love shooting models as the sun goes down at nighttime with strobes. I do that all of the time. So I'm balancing strobes with ambient light. And what that means is I'm going to be trying to drag my shutter as the sun goes down to be able to give myself a nice blue sky, give me a little bit of life in that sky back there, which means I'm going to get down to a 30th of a second, a quarter of a second, sometimes 3 seconds, which with this makes it on a tripod, I can move quickly so that my models, frame my models, and I can shoot that 2 seconds or that 1 second exposure. It makes it easy to do a shoot where I'm following a model, move, lock, expose, move, lock, expose, and just makes it really easy to work off from a tripod. Because that's the hard thing about being on a tripod when it gets to be night, is you're trying to move and frame and shoot. It just makes it very difficult. This will make it fast and allow me to lock my camera in and shoot away. Let's go take some pictures. We're gonna do some landscape shots, we're gonna do some panoramic shots, and just see how it works. See what it feels like in our hands, give you a little thought at the very end, kind of a wrap up at the end. So let's get started. Let's take some pictures. This has been fun today to be able to shoot trains, and do scenics, do panoramics, just a lot of fun. The reason I wanted to come out and shoot and to use these for a while was I really wanted to see if I could adapt to this one-handed tightening, loosening, kind of panning. Those 3 devices, those 3 knobs are in your hand and you can use all of them just very ergonomically, very easily. But it's kind of a new way to work and I wasn't sure how quickly I would adapt to that. It took me about an hour or so, but once I did, it started to be very easy for me to do those 3 functions. And the reality is you have a tripod head because you want to aim your camera, you want to level your camera, you want to pan your camera. These 2 devices, the Elite especially with that electronics, and the Ergo, just make it faster to do those 3 things: to point, to level, and to pan your camera. So I think that's a home run all the way around. Love the upside down ball head concept, which gives you that smooth flat pan, so it acts like a bowl head, like a video tripod. So 2 great devices there. So check them out at the Kickstarter. Address is below. I think you'll find it's worth your time. So keep your cameras rolling, keep on clicking.